All right, hello Virgo. It's time for your reading. Okay, so now let's see, Virgo. Let's see what your reading must focus on. All right, so we have um, moving along like a leaf in the flow of creation, along with the Lady Liberty, to symbolize freedom. So you want to be free, and you want to be like the leaf in the river. So the thing is, the leaf that floats on the river, or like you know the leaf that is blown by the wind, has little choice in the matter. They have no choice at all. And freedom, represented by Lady Liberty, is having all the choices, all the good choices, you know. So these are really two opposing energies here, but maybe there's a way to unify it. Let's see what else this reading should center on. So this is a hook to listen to music. Listen to music. Um, Stay at places with music um, to enhance your energy, to help you stay true to yourself. So we have the Herb Crafter Tarot that came up for you this time around. And we have the Adventure Time Tarot also that came up. So just these two, and a bunch of runes also, and an Ovum set. We'll explore all of that later. Hello, tiny ant. Let it do its thing. Okay, so the charm that came up for this one is the cross. So this has to do with a sense of duty. These cards will help me figure that out for you. So I guess, there is a sense of responsibility here that you need to, show up for, but you don't want to feel trapped by that responsibility. That's probably why the Adventure Time Tarot came up. Yeah, that's the music. This card is going to help us figure out what we can do to your surroundings, or as an addition to your everyday routines, that can help you enhance your flow, right? So that it's not just about duty and responsibility, but it's also about you flowing the way that you want to, you doing activities that really brighten your light. Yeah. So let's see. Let's start with the Herb Crafter Tarot first. And let's see what they have to say. What's your one duty? What's your responsibility that you need to carry? No matter how free or how childlike maybe you want to be, what's that one responsibility that you must do? And then we have the Emperor, Hemlock. So it looks like you're really stepping into some serious power, Virgo. Yeah, looks like you're stepping into some serious power. Looks like, yeah, allowing other things to thrive. So yeah, you're definitely taking up some sort of a responsibility. Maybe you're, becoming a dad. Maybe you are, you know, accepting responsibility for the maintenance of the entire building. Um, maybe there's a group of members that you are leading. But whatever be the case, there's a sense of building. There's a sense of creating foundations for others to flourish. There's a sense of, wanting to, hey, let me do this. You know what? Let me do this. Put Lady Liberty right up there, kind of surfing on a little leaf. I think this is very appropriate. Look at that. Yep, I'm just surfing. I'm just doing my thing. Okay, so this is really nice. This is so good. Right. So while we have the Emperor right here, I want to pull out things that can help you with your responsibility, because yeah, this seems like a lot to do. So let's see. Actually, no, I don't think this should go that way. Okay, so let me pull out my runes. It's just let me pull out my runes. Whoa. So all of the black ones came up, all of the obsidian stones came up, right? And I guess I can just put that down there. Right, everything that's reversed, I'm just gonna keep it back inside. So we have rebirth right here. So it looks like this is kind of new to you, or maybe this isn't new, but you're like the position of power isn't new, but you are changing how you use it. There's something different about you this time. You're definitely changing, growing, evolving, and there's this emperor side to you that wants to come out now. And here we have Barkana. Okay, on this side we have the rune for wealth, guidance, the rune for protection, and the rune for self-realization, especially in a community. So yeah, don't worry, you'll be guided, you are protected, you are so ready for this. You're so ready for this, Virgo. You're so ready for this, and it'll feel good to you. It'll feel good to you to know your place in society. Because this is definitely a feeling of, handling a large number of people, being responsible for the fate of a large number of people. So yeah, it's saying don't worry. You'll have the guidance you need. You are protected, and this will feel good to you. It's like fitting like a glove into your community. Like pieces of a puzzle. Yeah, you are literally rebirthing into this new role. Okay, and of course this is going to be new in some way or another to you, so it's best to really take care of yourself later, like after a hard day's work, come home and feed yourself what you need. You know, make sure you have what you need to go on, you know. That is very, very, very important. And let's see what else it has to say. Okay. So all of these came out upside down except for the one at the bottom, which is to do with harvest. And yeah, this is just protection. I think it's not really, you know, the point here. We have wealth finally coming up. Seed and harvest and journey. Okay, so it's a journey. There's happiness. There's balance. Okay. Okay, so it feels like you'll even be investing money in this, and you know, it's money that you've saved up, but it's a journey. You don't have to worry about it. At the end, you'll collect more back. So don't worry about the money that you might be putting in. You know, don't worry about the money that you might be putting in. Don't worry about the harvest that you have to like bite into. There is more to come for sure. There is more to come. But of course, the Wunjo symbol coming up upside down and the Dagas symbol coming up also upside down kind of feels like that's going to be stressful, you know, just spending money as soon as you get promoted or as soon as you step into the emperor role. Like the first thing you have to do is just invest a lot of money. So that's going to kind of cut into your happiness and the brightness with which you see everything, but don't let it stop you. You know, trust in the process, trust in the journey, trust that more money will come. You know, this is not the end of the world that you have to shell out money, or you know, there's a lot of payment, a lot of money that has to go, you know, where it needs to go. So let me just pick up 3 runes for just right here. Something to support you in your duties. So we have Kenas for, you know, revelations, right? Revelations. And then we have Perto for, I think, mysteries. I think Perto is really talking about mysteries here. And then we have more mysteries. Okay, so this kind of talks about, yeah, so there's Kanas here to really shine a light on some of these mysteries, you know, some of the uncertainty that you're going to be facing. But some of the uncertainty is just, you know, you gotta let it be. You cannot know everything. You should not try to know everything. It will drive you mad. So, yeah, I wish I could make it stay one way or another. But whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay, fine. I'm gonna just let it be. Right. So let me just put this back. This is annoying me. So yeah, it looks like on the one hand, you're going to have um, you're going to have a lot of information that you need come at you at the right time. A lot of mysteries are going to get dispelled. That's going to be there, but you know, there's a lot of mystery that needs to just stay. You know, there's a lot of uncertainties that you just kind of have to accept as part of the job. You know, the emperor is like the one person people look to when times are uncertain, you know. So the emperor of all people needs to be very comfortable with uncertainty, you know, very comfortable with making decisions on the go, you know, with maybe not a lot of information sometimes. So yeah, that's what we have for, you know, something that can help you um, with your duties. Now let's get to the fun part, you know, because your Lady Liberty um, surfing on a leaf on the stream of creation. So let's see. uh, Man, this is really reminding me of that show, Dirk Gently. Yeah, that's a fun show. Okay, so let's see how um, how you can enhance your flow um, before and after. Cool. So let's do that. Let's do that, shall we? And let's just make it go up and down. So here's a crest, I guess. Here's a high point. And here's a low point or an ebb, whatever you want to call it. There's another crest and another ebb. So there's this nice cresting and ebbing action happening here. Let's have some more. Wait, let me just pull this all down. Okay, and it looks like from the way that things are going, well, I don't know if things are going to flow exactly in this timeline for you. This is a general reading after all, Virgo. You gotta take this as it resonates, right? Um, but what I am seeing for you is, you know, what you can do um, when things are going good, you know, when you're feeling great. So there's justice over there. Um, there's the Three of Coins upside down. And then when you're feeling low, we have the Tower. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay. So, let's see. Maybe I need clarifiers. Okay, so what do you mean? Justice. Queen of Swords. Okay, so yeah, so at the beginning of the beginning, you know, it looks like you are actually coming to a point of, you know, coming to a point of sharpened wit and will and mentality, even. You know, I'm just getting, you know, you are more, you're more solid when it comes to um, right and wrong and how to met out justice than you've ever been before. You have a strong sense of justice now, and you can now do the hard things. You can overcome um, the emotionality, the squeamishness that comes when you have to met out justice. um, but yeah, you have really developed yourself to a point where you can overcome that initial uncomfortableness, or like people pleasing nature, or whatever it was that stopped you from saying things like you see it, and telling people what you think the right thing should be, or the right thing to do is. And what's this tower about? So we have the Five of Wands, but upside down. And let's take a clarifier. There's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups with the Five of Wands as an explanation for the Tower. Okay. Okay, so basically it's just saying that, you um so okay, this is so crazy. Just a minute, because this looks like the Marriage card, and that looks like a low point. Weird, right? And this one looks like, and this one was upside down, remember. Let's just put it there so that I don't forget. So this one, the Three of Coins, looks like a high point, but it's also reluctancy to work with others. So maybe like you've heard about this promotion or this role, and you're like, no, I want to enjoy my life, and so that's what you do. And maybe somehow this promotion was kind of a shock to you. Maybe it's the kind of responsibility that it comes with. It's just like thrust on you, and so it's really saying that you need to um, take care of yourself in this time. Just calm down. Take time to calm down, to relax, to soothe yourself. Okay, so basically, from what I see here, you seem, um, on a spiritual, on a personal journey level, you seem to be the right person for this job. You seem to evolve naturally to this point. You seem to be like the natural choice. Okay, like the only natural choice, you know. Um, but somehow the promotion seems like a low point, and this might be okay. So being the emperor could be like, being a dad, or it doesn't have to be being a dad, but it's like, who wears the pants at home, and this could be an actual marriage. This could be an actual home that you have to run, that's the role. Um, this could be the news of the marriage. This could be your unwillingness to go through with it, and you want to just like distract yourself and really have fun, which is fine. It seems like it's okay to give yourself that if you've decided to go through with this and accept this responsibility anyway. you know so yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it really seems that you've grown to a point where You really have a good sense of justice, a good sense of right and wrong, and you are naturally gaining that kind of aura that makes people want to like come and bring their problems to you so you can sort it out. Um, yeah, and this seems to be, whatever it is, like maybe it's a fiasco, that's really pushed you into this role of responsibility or something like that. So, when you're at this low point, just comfort yourself. Give yourself loads of comfort. You don't have to jump on this role immediately. You can definitely take your time, um, and not do any of it. you know um, just have fun being free for a while. But it looks like you are going to accept that responsibility, and it feels like accepting that responsibility is going to be done with little fanfare, or maybe you know more than the celebration. What's in your head is the mountain of responsibility that you love to take up. So okay, so let's see. I was just going to say, let's see what this one is about. And then we have the Two of Wands and Death. So I'm just seeing this as distraction from the rebirth that's coming up for you. And the rebirth is all about like stepping into this role, you know. So yeah, you're gonna distract yourself for a little time and wish that uh, this responsibility was not thrust on you, and that's okay. You can do that. You can do that. Oh, okay. Right, sorry. Let's get the Emperor back on the leaf. Yeah, but you want to be like a chill surfer dude, just rolling with the waves. Well, you can take up responsibility and be chill too. Let's see. So here we have the actual ceremony. Okay, so let's just get more information about the ceremony. The Four of Wands. What can you see? Okay, it's just you moving forward with it. Yeah, it's just that's what it's saying. It's all about you moving forward with it right now, and but what to do about it being a low point? Is there any advice? So we have the Page of Swords that's come up kind of upside down, and then we have the Four of Coins also. Page of Swords with the Four of Coins. So the Page of Swords can talk good talk, and the Four of Coins is all about self-worth. So this one upside down coming up with this, it's really kind of talking about really putting yourself out there, like allowing yourself to be charming, to show your worth, um, to yeah. Yeah. Just a minute, Virgo. Oh, man. Okay, so yeah, this card coming up upside down means that you're not speaking to your worth, and that is probably something that could make you feel bad, even though you're being promoted, there's fanfare and whatnot. So yeah, definitely speak to your worth. Maybe you have a habit of being too humble and things like that. Kick that habit in the butt. you know, it's okay. It's okay to speak to your worth, and let's just see uh, what are the things that can make this ceremony feel smaller than it really is, you know. So we have the Nine of Coins. Upside down, honestly, yeah, okay. So this is kind of giving me the feeling of like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so this is just something you have to do and get it over with. So there's a limit with how fancy you can be with the celebration or whatever it is, Like, I don't know if it's a wedding or a promotion or a promise, but there's this sense of foreverness and communities watching, you know. So, so yeah, you just have to do it. And this one, the Nine of Coins, is really saying that, you know, it's only going to feel bad if you care about what other people think, but in your heart of hearts you're just happy with this, you're happy with this. It only feels weird because it's kind of rushed, you know maybe there's no choice in how rushed it's going to be. um, and also, really, who cares what other people think? Yeah, you can't really care, especially if you're going to be an emperor. You can't waste time on this stuff. So let's see what else. What else? So we have the Ten of Wands. That is just like such a burden, right? The Ten of Wands, like, but not just that. So we have the owl in this Ten of Wands card. And if you've seen Adventure Time, you know that the owl kind of represents death. So this kind of feels like, the responsibility of other people's livelihoods are on you, you know. It's, maybe it's not as serious as life and death for all of these people. Maybe it's just like a matter of, oh my God, if I don't do things right, then um, you know, all of these people are not going to be able to. Yeah, so basically, this card really has to do with the weight of responsibility. You will feel that immediately. I think, especially because you've recently developed this really solid sense of justice. So, maybe your protector was hurt before and now it's back on track and back in commission and is like immediately being used. So like from the start you've been pretty keenly aware of the responsibility, but once the crown sits on your head, right, you will really, really feel it, and that can be really scary. So let's see what comes up for that, right? Let's see what comes up for that. And then we have the Chariot. Just move on. We have a lot of this. Like, the Chariot has been coming up for like almost every little thing. You gotta move on. You gotta move on. You got shit to do. That's the Emperor's life. You got stuff to do. Two of Cups. So that's good. That means that you're gaining some level of harmony with other people. um, any advice regarding be sneaky? It's okay to be sneaky. It's okay to be sneaky. It's okay not to tell the whole truth. um, yeah, it looks like the means don't justify, I mean, like, the ends sort of justify the means. You're definitely peacekeeping successfully, gaining a lot of harmony, and it's okay to bend the truth here and there. It's okay to be a little sneaky, to, you know, um, um, do what it takes, really. Do what it takes to smooth things out between people. So that's great. And let's pick out another low, right? The Lovers. Why is the Lovers a low? Because that's death. Death, but upside down. So is it just lovers rebirthing or fighting? Okay. So lovers fighting. Maybe there's. Okay, maybe you are working with your partner, and that is the difficult part here. Having to have to work with your partner, like uh, it's different for different people. Some people prefer to work with their partners. Some people do not prefer to work with their partners. Some people wish to keep, home life and work life completely separate. And maybe, you've always been one of those people, so including your partner with business, or um, having to tell him or her what to do is not really going over that well. So, what can help you with that? What can help you bring the love back into the home when things get tense? So we have Ten of Swords upside down with the Six of Cups. Okay, so it's unavoidable, really. Um, you know, it's unavoidable. The fights you have are really a reflection of unhealed past coming through, and the pain you might feel at having these realizations, these unhappy realizations with your partner, or these fights with your partner, are all important. So this is a low that needs to be embraced, unfortunately. you know yeah, it kind of needs to be embraced for uh, the opportunity that it is to like heal the past and move on from there, right? So I'm putting it back, and this one seems to go into the Ten of Coins. So from Ten of Swords, something so mental, to Ten of Coins, abundance. So that's amazing. That's great. That's changing all of that anxious energy into everybody working together, bringing in more abundance. And what happens? What happens to um, the past that gets dug up? And then we have Page of Swords. That's going to help you present yourself better to other people. Remember how this card came up for this one? You know, uh, which is to say that you're not really speaking to your worth. Like, you're not really talking yourself up in front of other people. You're not really, you're maybe being too humble. So this is probably going to take care of that, so that you can speak up and really, yeah, speak to your worth again. So let's see what's another high on this, journey you have on this little stream. And then we have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is really nice. So that means like you get to do all of your personal interests too, apart from all of the responsibilities. So that's really nice that you have that card there. You're able to promote peace at your new place of work, and you're able to do the things that you like also. So let's see, um, is there any advice? The star, the star upside down with a hermit. that's, that's kind of okay. This is so weird. This kind of just makes me feel like Virgo. You're like, my miracle is being able to stay at home and chill out. And there's a part of you that's kind of like upset about being taken out of this little miracle of being able to chill at home so peacefully. Uh, so, so yeah, this is sort of talking about that, talking about just um, comforting you, I guess, Virgo. Eh, the cards are just saying, Virgo, that you don't have to worry. We are not going to steal you away from your comfy home and have you doing this very uncomfortable job, taking up this uh, like loads of responsibility that people are not really going to thank you for, you know. um, it's okay. Um, we're not gonna take you away from that completely. You're still gonna have some yummy hermit time, you know. You're still gonna have the ability to chill and do whatever you want also. So it's like the most chill emperor job ever that you're going to be having. Um, yeah, just the most chill job ever, right? Okay, so let's see. So the Ogum stars also came up for you, but I'm not entirely sure um, where I'm gonna need it. Maybe I'll just pick up um, yeah, I know. I'll just pick up uh, an Ogum for the lows, right? I'll just pick up Ogums for the lows, before and after. Okay, so let me see. I think this one has 4 lines here. So that means, sorry, I'm trying to, yeah, it's pretty straight. So I think this is Aspen. Aspen has to do with portals, spirits, ancestral connection. So that's interesting. Portal, spirits, ancestral connection. And this one, this is the Elder Star. Ancestral connection, star magic, um, endings and beginnings, meditation also. Okay. So that's interesting. So the aspen tree over here is talking about portals, but portals, the other way of thinking of portals is also thinking about, like, you know, thresholds, like this picture here, when you marry, and there's this tradition of carrying the bride across the threshold into the new home where you're going to, like, build a new family, right? So that's like entering or passing through a portal, and entering a whole new life. So that is the magnitude of what you're going through. And if you're feeling bad about, like, panicking at this point right here, or if you're feeling bad about, not enjoying the ceremony as much, don't be afraid. When people pass through portals from one state to another, one world to another. There's a lot of anxiety that goes into that, and yeah, there's a lot of anxiety there. There's a lot of change to be expected, like people don't appreciate how scary it actually is to step through that doorway into a whole new role, a whole new life, a whole new period of life, a whole new world, pretty much. So, this one, uh, the Ogam staff for um, Aspen could be useful for you. You can just carve it on a piece of wood and carry it with you. It'll help you go through the threshold to the other side. It'll help you make that transition, because it is a scary transition to make, and it's okay to ask for help, and Aspen is something that can really help with that. Right? Okay, so that's there. So here we have elder for after, okay? And this has to do with beginnings and endings. Yeah. So there's a certain amount of freeness and lackadaisical nature that you need to kind of say goodbye to, and you need to say hello to a new way of being. And that's a lot to take in, and this is something your ancestors can definitely help with. So consider holding an elder staff with you, just you can take a piece of wood and just carve the symbol on, with these 5 slanted lines to represent the elder tree, and ask for guidance from your ancestors, because doing this has got to be in your blood, man. Yeah, and you've got this, you've got this, you can do it. So yeah, you've got a big job ahead of you, and you've got some lows, you've got some highs, at least you can be reassured that, whatever happens, right, you will be able to just do whatever you want again. You'll be able to overcome that weight of responsibility. You'll be facing a lot of growth in terms of your love life and work life somehow also, seems like. There's a lot of fear that you'll be confronting, and there's a lot of success to be had, the success of you just being who you are, the success of being able to promote harmony, the success of being able to enjoy your life at the same time as, taking up responsibility, and the success of, taking your time. This really is talking about having that liberty to be like, no, I don't want the job, I don't want anything, let me just get away for a while and not have to deal with any of your people. So yeah, you even have the luxury of taking a small break before facing all of this. So you've got this, Virgo, you've got this. You can be the surfer dude and the emperor at the same time. You can be the emperor surfer. That sounds lame, but yeah. Cool. See you later, Virgo. Take care.